Very good morning to all our listeners. Hope you had a great evening. A quick look then into what we've seen so far here in Europe. And there has been a general risk on trade so far across the various asset classes. A bit of attention paid towards some commentary out of the Italian PM Mario Monti late yesterday, who suggested that the majority of EU leaders are warming to the idea of Eurobonds. And according to the Italian Prime Minister, that could be seen very soon. As such, then, we've seen equity markets move higher, the financials leading that move, in spite of we are looking out still on the wires from one of the biggest Spanish banks, Bankia, to submit their latest restructuring plan, with some of the press this morning out of Spain suggesting around 15 billion euros in regard to recapitalisation. Elsewhere, though, with the higher equity markets, we've seen lower fixed income futures. The 10-year government bond yield spreads have tightened significantly. The French spread in particular, as we saw in yesterday's session, seeing a decent tightening move coming back toward the 100 basis points levels, as OATs in France have been well bid this morning. In the currency market then, reflecting that, we've seen a general weaker dollar as a bit of the safe haven bid that we've seen with the volatility and the uncertainty on Europe and Greece this week being unwound. So euro dollar and cable have been moving off their lows that we saw during the Asian trading hours. And the likes of the Australian dollar and the Canadian dollar, the commodity-linked currencies, have also taken a bit of a boost, with crude futures and precious metals moving high on the back of the weaker dollar. Looking ahead then in terms of the rest of the session, it's pretty quiet in terms of economic data. Nothing major out of Europe this morning so far. And in terms of the US session, it's just the final Michigan report we'll be looking at, although all analysts surveyed are looking for an unchanged from the prelim reading. In terms of ahead as well, as we come toward the latter stages of the US session, keep in mind that it is the Memorial Day holidays on Monday, so all markets in the US will be closed then. But in terms of today, we will have a shortened session in the Treasury Pit in Chicago, but normal trade on NYC and on NYMEX. That concludes the opening wrap for me here in London, so enjoy the rest of your trading day and have yourself a great weekend.